thank him.
Let us thank him
for our food. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you, Jesus.
Thank you, Jesus.
Praise the Lord.
Praise the Lord.
Praise the Lord.
Praise the Lord.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Amen. Just shout to the top of your lungs. Great expectations.
Great expectations.
Amen. You are expecting something great.
Yeah.
And see what happens when you put your mouth on something, it has to happen.
Yeah.
See, so for those of you that didn't open your mouth, too bad you missed your opportunity. Because a closed mouth don't get fed. Now they trying to say it to themselves. No. You missed the moment. Maybe we'll get that moment again. But you got to understand something. When you open your mouth, seeds are coming out your mouth. And what happens is those seeds go out there and they start searching for whatever you just said. And when they start searching for what you just said, when they find it, guess what they do? They bring it back to you. When you start speaking, you start saying, go out. It's like you telling your kids, go out there and get me them keys out the car. You spoke a word, your kids activated, and they stay outside until they find the keys to the car. They don't take the keys to sister, brother. They bring the keys right back to you because you're the one that told them that you needed them. So when you do not open your mouth and you put something in the atmosphere, when it's not in the atmosphere, don't expect nothing. Now I'm going to give you one more time. Well, I said it the last time. Well, you know what? If you said it the last time, we're going to double down on it. How about that? Wake up in here, because if you sleep, that means you're spiritually dead. I'm going to walk on you today. So if you're mad, you might want to get in your car and leave. But I can't have you sleeping and dying on my watch. Great expectations. Now, if you sitting by a dude that's supposed to be your boyfriend and he ain't open his mouth, get up and move because y'all ain't going to be blessed anyhow. Because if he's ashamed to own God before you, then that means you are his God. And if you look across the room and your husband ain't saying nothing, you need to come on to the altar ready. We smiling about it, but it's real. We ain't got to be mad to hear the word of God. We got to be frustrated. The word of God is beautiful. It's real. It's life.
Amen.
It's life. It's life. And I'm going to dip back into something that I talked about Thursday just to bring it up to where I'm going to go today. You got to remember, what did we talk about Thursday? Good Lord, that ain't been 2-3 days ago. Talk to me. Before. Right? Before I formed you, I already knew you. That came from Jeremiah. He said, I have already made you a prophet to the nations. I've already ordained you before I formed you. In other words, before your mother and father got to know each other, God already spoke what you were going to be. He did his part first. Now, if you want to think about it, look at the book of Genesis. When he made Adam in the book of Genesis chapter number 1, the Bible says, God says, let us make man in our image. God is not arms. God is not legs. God is not feet. God is spirit. So he made the spirit of man first. But then if you skip over the chapter 2, it says, then God formed man. He made him in spirit before he ever put skin on him. So how can you get to know yourself physically if you don't know yourself spiritually? Wow. That's good. I'm trying to get to find me. In that bed? No, you're not. I'm trying to find me at that club? No, you're not. I'm trying to find me with that woman? No, you're not. You're trying to figure out what you like in the flesh and you're putting your spirit on the back burner. But as long as you know what makes you feel good in the flesh, but you dying in the spirit, you still don't know who you are.
Amen. Amen.
Oh, thank you, baby. You do that again. Thank you. I got one witness. I'm good. But now, he said, let us make man in our image. So therefore, he said, before I formed you, I already knew you. In other words, God was saying, I already got a plan for your life. I've already written a plan. I'm not going to force my plan on you, but I want to let you know I already wrote it, so when you're ready for it, come and get it. Oh my God. I see, one thing God starts dealing with me on is when you start dealing with God, is sometimes I just wish God would force something on me. You know what I'm saying? We be like, God ain't going to make nothing. Uh-oh, y'all got quiet. quiet there. Because he's too much of a gentleman. He gives us the opportunity and the option. This is what hurts some folk when I tell them, God ain't going to pick your husband for you. God ain't going to pick your wife for you. Oh, y'all got quiet. Because if God won't pick your salvation, why would he pick your boo?
All right. Amen. That's good.
But what God does is he ordains people and he prepares them, he puts them together, and he brings them your way. And you got the right to choose what you want. So don't be blaming God because you married a fool.
All right.
And now you're ready to leave because it just ain't going to work. Well, Jesus can be raised from the dead, but God can't fix your marriage. Let's just be honest about it. I don't want it to work. I ain't got that kind of time. And I don't see it getting no better. That's because you looking with the flesh and not with the spirit. You get to know yourself. He said, before I formed you, I already knew you. In other words, I already had a plan for you. I already ordained it. In other words, God is sitting in heaven with expectancy. He's expecting a certain thing. And one thing he laid in my heart, just looking in the book of Acts, when Peter was talking to the Jewish leaders, he said, the person that created this life, you killed it. The person that created, in the beginning was the Word was with God, and the Word was God. In other words, Jesus was with God in the beginning. So when he said, let there be, Jesus was the one speaking, let there be. He was telling them, the one that created everything, you killed him. And God began to minister to my heart. He said, you got to get your feelings off your sleeve. Just because you started the church don't mean somebody that came to the church that you started won't try to kill you for it.
My God.
People came because of you, but those same people will turn around and kill you because they want what you got. And then try to put their own name on it and take some people with them. He said, so what you cannot do is you cannot get caught up and be frustrated and afraid and mad and angry because you got to walk regardless. He said, look at what Jesus did. He said, I created everything. And these jokers won't give me credit for nothing. In fact, they telling me to get out of something that I made. And I'm such a gentleman, I will leave because I gave it to them.
My God.
I gave it to them. I'm letting them do what they want to do. I gave them that voice. So, but if they want to sing R&B, I gotta let them because I gave it to them. I can't take it back unless they give it to me. I gave them those moves to dance like that. But if you want to do it at the club, you want to do it at the party, I can't. Hey, go for it. But if you want to dedicate it unto me, the plan that I got ain't gonna lead you to death. Understand it. God's got an expectation for you.
Come on.
But you know the devil got an expectation for you too. Oh, he's got a plan. The devil got a plan too. But the devil don't know everything that's happening up here, but he just sits back and he watches. The Bible says, God says, I am not the author of confusion. Notice he didn't say there's no such thing as confusion. He said, I'm not the author of it. What does an author do? Right? He said, I'm not the writer of confusion. So what essentially he's saying, but there's somebody that is. So while things are going good, the enemy is like, okay, you ever notice how the enemy's plans on attacks on your life seem so strategically planned, how one thing happened after another. It's like boom, 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 boom. And you're like, man, Lord, how much? And the whole time the devil just been saying, okay, he said if this happened one more time, he was going to slap her. I'm going to push her to make this happen. He said that he been faithful long enough and he don't know what she's doing, so I'm going to put doubt in his mind on this day. She said that she tired of men being this way, and the next time she get cheated on by a man, she was going to try a woman, so I'm going to send him over here because I know he ain't no good. There it is. Okay, she said that she's so tired of all of this different stuff. I just want to go back to the way I used to be when I was high, wasn't having no problems. Okay, so I know he over here sell drugs, and he kind of like her, she kind of like him. So I'm going to introduce them, and then I'm going to let him just smoke a little weed so he can smell like it, so she can kind of smell what it used to smell like, and we're going to make that connection right there. Somebody says an author in the house. You see, he got a plan, and he's writing everything out. And look at this, the plan, guess what? It's words. Words are seeds. When you speak it, then that means the atmosphere receives what you speak. And you got to understand the Bible calls the devil the prince of the air. So when you put it in the air, guess what? If it ain't of God, he's going to take it and he's going to run with it. And he's going to make sure you get what you just asked for. Look at your neighbor and tell him, watch your mouth.